Alright, what do you at, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is David Whitten, and 3 years ago I discovered that you can get a great workout with burpees and using your own body weight. I've been able to get into the best shape of my life over the last 3 years through burpees, and not only have I been able to get there, but I've been able to maintain that level of fitness. And in today's video, I want to take a few minutes and just talk about why I do burpees. Why have I chosen burpees to be the vehicle, the mechanism to get in shape? Before I do that, I would like to take just a quick second and thank Lee Hazad. Lee's channel on YouTube is Strong and Conditioned, and about a week ago Lee did a video on this exact same topic, and he was kind enough to ask me to share my thoughts. So it's my absolute pleasure to take a few minutes today and share with you why I do burpees. So the burpee is perhaps an exercise that you may not like. I know through my passion for burpees, I've talked to people and I've explained to them how burpees have worked for me, and I often get the same kind of response, like, oh, I don't want to do burpees, they're not for me. And I'm sure everybody has their own reasons for that. Perhaps they're too difficult for somebody. Perhaps people could say they're boring, they're monotonous. They could say they're bad for their back or their joints, or there could be an endless number of reasons why you may not like burpees. But for me, the reason that I do burpees is because they're difficult. It's because they're hard. It's because they're challenging. And to help draw you to perhaps understanding why I feel that way, I'd like you to take a second and think about something you really care about. It could be your job. It could be, a promotion or a position within your job. It could be, you apply to get into some type of schooling or university, or it could be an object. It could be a vehicle, a home. It could be a vacation. It could be something that you really care about, something that you've had to work very hard to get, to achieve, something you had to sacrifice for, something that you had to give of your time in order to be able to have that thing. And it's been my experience through life that anything that you've had to sacrifice and give of yourself for, you are going to naturally care for that thing, whether it's a physical thing or whether it's a relationship with somebody, whatever you thought of. If you've had to give time of yourself for that, you're going to care for it. You're going to not squander it. You're going to nourish it, cherish it, and you're not going to let it waste away. Over the last 3 years, I have done that with burpees. When I first started doing burpees, they were hard. They were challenging, difficult, however you want to describe doing the movement. They were that for me. And over time, they became slightly easier. But I'm here to tell you that even 3 years later, burpees are still a challenging exercise for myself, and I think for anybody out there who does them consistently and on a regular basis. And again, anything in life that is challenging, you're going to care about, you're going to not want to squander it. So for me, I continue to do burpees because I don't want to give up. I don't want to waste the time, the blood, the sweat, the tears that I've given in my basement, whether it's at home or at work, to gain the level of fitness that I've been able to thankfully achieve through burpees. And if you think that I'm using blood, sweat, and tears lightly, I'm not. A few years ago, I lost my brother, and if you don't want to think that I did burpees with tears coming down my face, well, I'm here to tell you that that's definitely the case. It totally happened. Burpees helped me through a very difficult time in my life. They were a vehicle, an avenue, a way for me to channel my frustration and my anger and my pain, and I'm thankful to burpees for that. If you don't think you'll bleed doing burpees, think again. If you do 1,000 one-pump burpees, you're going to develop blisters and sores on your hands. If you do Navy SEALs regularly enough, I guarantee you, you're going to bang your knee on the ground at some point in time and scuff it and cut it. And as far as sweat, I think if you've watched my channel, you know that I sweat, so there's no question there. I guess I'll just kind of leave you with this thought. And again, go back to whatever it was you thought about that you really care about. Again, I don't know what it is. It could be, we're all going to be different. But if you think about whatever it is that you really care about, what's more important to you? Is it that thing, or is it your health and your well-being? Because burpees for me have gotten me into the best shape of my life. I recently had a surgery on my left eye. I had to get the muscles adjusted, so surgeons cut into my eyeball and detach the muscles and reattach them, and I was off for 2 weeks from doing any kind of physical exercise. But I'm saying that burpees are difficult because when I came back 2 weeks after having not done them, man, I struggled with doing routines that 2 weeks previous I could have done with not relative ease, but they were more difficult to do after having a break. So they're always going to be challenging for you. But to get back to my previous thought there about, what's more important to you, something that you've had to work hard to achieve, or your own physical health and well-being. For me, I think, like, what better reason to do burpees so I can be better physically for myself, hopefully live a longer life, but then probably even more so importantly, so that you can be there for the people that you love and care about. In my job as a police officer, I want to be able to be physically fit because I never know what's going to happen. But probably even more so importantly, I want to be there for my wife, I want to be there for my children, and for anyone else who relies on me and depends on me. And again, it's been my experience that burpees have gotten me to that place in my life. I guess I'll just leave you with one more thing in relation to the health benefits of doing burpees. Again, I'm saying they'll get you in good shape, but when I had that surgery on my eye, I was in the recovery room and I was completely sedated for the surgery. I was, fully under the knife, as they say. And when I woke up, I was in the recovery room and there were some nurses next to me, and I had the heart rate monitor on the end of my finger, and of course the blood pressure cuff and what you would expect to see, and the vital signs are beeping across the monitor. And all of a sudden the alarm started to go off, and nurses were like, "Oh my goodness, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on?" And the anesthesiologist was still standing next to my bed, and he kind of was like, "Oh, no, it's okay, just stop. It's just his heart rate. It's dropping into the 30s, and I guess apparently on the machines in the hospital where I live, if your heart rate goes, 39 and below, it sets off a monitor because they think there's something wrong." And the anesthesiologist was like, "No, it's okay. His heart was like that. I just spent the last hour with him in surgery, and his heart rate was in the mid-30s." So burpees have done that for me. They can do it for you. What better reason to do something that's challenging than for your own physical well-being, and then for the well-being of those around you, because you're going to be a better person for them through having done and built a relationship with burpees. I'll leave you with that. Thanks for your time. Thanks for checking out the video. If you liked what I had to say, why not leave a comment, let me know what you thought, and just keep working hard, be consistent, and become a better version of yourself. We'll see you all in the next video.